Welcome to the Winning Edge Investments Podcast. Winning Edge Investments provides industry-leading horse racing and sports betting tips, ratings and education, enabling you to invest intelligently and treat your betting like a business. Go to www.winningedgeinvestments.com to learn more about how you can start to supercharge your betting bank immediately. Treat your betting like a business and invest intelligently with Winning Edge Investments.
Join the conversation. Text us on 0499 736 736. Live across Australia. This is Giddy Up with Gareth Hall.
Welcome back to Giddy Up. It's time now for Dean Evans from winningedgeinvestments.com, professional betting education, tips and ratings so you can treat your betting like an investment. G'day, Dino.
Good morning, Gareth. How are you?
I am well, mate. I'm looking forward to this meeting tomorrow at Caulfield especially, and this Memsie, it's going to be a beauty. Jimmy Star's the favourite with Bet365 at 440, Cosmic Crusader 5, Baywax 6, Treasure of the Moment 7, Angel Capital 8, Autumn Boy $10, Mr. Brightside 11. Who wins this year's Memsie in your eyes, Dean?
I'm keen on Jimmy Star here, Gareth. He's been a real star trial of this prep. He just sort of settled back both of his trials. His second beaten ahead at Warwick Farm, ran plus 4.4 the last 200 metres, which was the quickest of 131 trialers on that day. And then he was under a real hold, third beaten a neck at the Warwick Farm 822 metre trial, and he ran plus 5.1 the last 400, and that again was the quickest of 118 trialers on the day. He's just going really, really well, this horse. He maps nicely. There's not a lot of speed in this race. Baywax is clearly the natural leader, and then you got sort of Treasure of the Moment and Mr. Brightside, who can be handy. I can see Jimmy Star pushing forward and actually sort of being fourth, getting a real nice run just in behind them and within striking distance on a not too strong tempo to sort of swoop over the top. He doesn't need to be as far back as he has been previously, and I really like him 1400 first up at his ideal distance here. Some of the dangers, Angel Capital and Baywax, they're Entars. Entars have only had one winner from 41 runners at a 68% loss on turnover in this race, and Angel Capital and Baywax both have less than 6 career wins, which have only produced a couple of winners at a 78% loss on turnover, and Angel Capital comes off a 21-day break that's had no winners from 25 runners. Cosmic Crusader and his ratings and map I'm against, and Treasure of the Moment was probably the main danger, but she won this race last year really impressively, but I feel from her trials she's just not quite as sharp this prep. I feel like she just might need that run a bit more than she did last year. So although she's the danger, the favourite for this race has won 7 of the last 15 at 43% profit on turnover, and just for all those reasons I'm really keen to be with Jimmy Star and seeing replicate his trials.
Mr. Brightside?
Look, first up, 9-year-old, first run for nearly 300 days, so I think the one thing I can say is what we learned about Mr. Brightside, you can really ignore his trials and jump outs. He's a race day performer, and even I've been tricked by that before, but eventually you learn, and so just good to see the champ back, but I wouldn't be backing him to win first up here. All
right, then the Heath for the sprinters, Live Another Day 250, Bridal Waltz 420, and then you go to War Machine at 650 and Recommendation 850. What do you like here, mate?
I do like a Live Another Day here. Plenty have seen the trial. It's won a Flemington 1,000-metre jump out on 19th of August. Ran a good time under no pressure, and sort of Point Barrow was scrubbed up to keep up. Sassapeel is flying, and I think a Group 1 quality mare was in behind, and Treasure of the Moment as well. She outpaced them all. She's won all 4 of her starts last prep, and she just meets all of the sort of ratings, parameter and historical profiling factors that are needed to win this race. Looking at some of the dangers, Bridal Waltz is the danger. She carries 55 kgs, runners under 57 kgs have only won 1 out of 61 runners at 87% loss on turnover. And her last run was in Adelaide at Group 1 level, but there's been no winners from 14 runners off that profile historically. The other danger was War Machine. Nothing in the last 15 editions has won this race, running worse than 7th last start. He was 11th last start of the Newmarket, and he's been poor his last 4 starts. But he has won his last 2 jump outs at Flemington ahead of this prep. Was done on speed both times, more natural speed than usual, and ran the quickest time of the day both times. So he actually appears forward, and so I would say he's better than his sort of last 4 performances appear. He's sort of jumping out of rate, and I'd say he looks the danger, but I'm keen on 11 Other Day. She just maps nicely on the fence behind the speed, sort of just behind Don't Hope Do and Bridal Waltz. She can hook out when she's ready, and the way she's sort of jumping out, she looks like she might be on the path to some Group 1s, and I think 11 Other Day looks hard to beat here.
And in the San Domenico, which is the feature race in Sydney, Blue Door 220, the Slipper winner Guest House $5, Warwoven $6.50, Wild Atlantic on debut at $7, Revengeance at $10, and then Music Time that was placed in a slipper is at $15 with Bet365.
Yeah, I do like Blue Door here. She won a sort of trial before her first start by 8 lengths, ran plus 4.6 last 400, which is the quickest on 91 trial of that day. She then won the Kindergarten Stakes Group 3 on debut, beat the next episode, who won $1 million race after that. And she was the first debutante to have won that Kindergarten on debut in 15 years, and the first filly. So she's an impressive type. That she then sort of only had the 1 trial, ran third to Gangster Granny and Yellow Jersey, who are older group horses, before a good second first up in the Rosebud. I just expect a lot more improvement here second up for Blue Door, where most of these are first up, and just looks to get an easy lead in front and can dictate on her own terms from a rating parameter perspective. She tops one rating that's produced 5 winners from 10 editions at 94% profit on turnover, another that's produced 3 winners from 6 at 138% profit on turnover. So she just profiles really well here. You did mention the first starter, Wild Atlantic. He's trialled really, really impressively. He's finished strongly under a hold in his first trial to third, beaten 1.7 lengths, but he ran plus 4.9 last 200, which is the quickest of 121 trialers on the day. And then he won a Rosehill 900-metre trial by 2.5 lengths, and again ran quick time over the last 200. He does look a Group 1 level colt to me, even though he's on debut. I think, Golden Rose, Guineas, Coolmore type quality. I think the only caveat is just really hard to wear, really extremely rare to win any of those types of races in your first racing preparation, especially when you're having your first start in late August. But Wild Atlantic, I think, on ability, he can be running competitively in Group 1 races this spring, and I do feel maybe in the autumn and beyond he could be a star of the future, but he's a horse that's really taken my eye as one to watch for the future.
Geez, I like that push now. You've got a special Trial Spy promotion for this week, Dean, with Winning Edge Investments.
Yeah, Trial Spy monthly membership get a bonus week, a quarterly membership get a bonus month, and annual membership get a bonus 3 months at no cost.
Okay.
The code expires tomorrow. Trial Spy, we back runners out of trials and jump out. Spring's historically been the best, most profitable period for 14 years, nearly 100 units profit on average between August and October, just in that period, the last 3 years, which is sort of doubling of the betting bank, nearly 300 units profit in total that period. So it's the best time to get involved. Just pop to winningedgeinvestments.com, membership options, Trial Spy, and the promo code is Trial Spy Spring, which is there for about another 24 hours.
Trial Spy Spring is the code there. You just keep on winning, Dean. We appreciate you coming on once again.
Cheers, Gareth. Go well.
There's Dean Evans there from Winning Edge Investments.
At Winning Edge Investments, our team of highly skilled expert analysts and full-time professional punters review the data, crunch the figures, assess the best betting opportunities, and deliver them to your phone via our app and your email inbox in real time so you profit. Go to www.winningedgeinvestments.com. Look at our membership options. Make your choice and enter the promo code PODCAST to receive a special 25% discount on your first membership just for listening. That's PODCAST in capital letters for a 25% ongoing discount on your first membership. Treat your betting like a business and invest intelligently with Winning Edge Investments.